will we be? Do we need a degree to be able to get to that level where we want to be? So if you are that person and you think you would need a degree, you probably need a degree to be able to get to that point of your life where you would like to be. Hi, my name is Paul and you're welcome to my channel. Please do consider subscribe if you have not already, and like and comment. I would particularly love to hear from you, your feedback about this video, or if there's a particular question you have concerning what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Please do drop your comment and I would love to respond to them. Now, I'm going to be talking about going back to school in your 40s, in your 30s and 40s. If you are here, you've come to this video, perhaps you share, somebody share with you, or maybe Google suggested it to you based on the things you have searched on the internet. Why would somebody be thinking of going to school in their 30s and 40s? Now, having lived in Asia, I noticed that many people go to the university between the ages of 19 and perhaps 23. So it is not common for people to go to school, or to go and enroll in school for the first time in their 30s. All right, I studied in India for about 5 years and I didn't see any Indian only one. Every other one were they are 19, 20, 21, 23 and 24 at most. So, but for us in Africa, I think it is common for you to find people who are in their 30s, even doing their first degree, or at least late 20s, doing their first degrees. So now I'm going to be addressing people who are considering going to school in their 30s and 40s. Why would you want to do this? I'm believing that people who are watching this, they probably have prior work experience, or yes, most likely have prior work experience, and they're looking at, is it possible for me to improve my life? Is it possible for me to improve the quality of services and skills that I am able to offer, or increase my earning? Or maybe you are desiring to go for a higher position in your place of work. Now, I've itemized a few points to consider when thinking of going to school. Bear it in mind that you are not alone. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong in considering going back to school in your 30s or your 40s or even 50s or 60s. Nothing wrong. And this includes going back to start from, the first degree. So here I have a few points to consider. One, this is for you. That is, going back to school is for you. If you have a wish, it could be like an age-long desire. It could be like you've always wanted to go to school. You've always, imagined what it would mean going back to school, or getting a degree, or getting a second degree. If you have always had this thought in your mind, it keeps coming. Maybe 2 years ago you were thinking about it. Last year you were thinking about it. This year again you're already thinking about it. Continuously this thing is coming to your mind. And it might become, a desire that was never fulfilled if you fail to do it. And so if you don't want to become old, and see wishing that, oh, I wish I had done this. So I think it is perhaps for you. The reason I say this is because I was like that. I've always wanted to go back to school. I've always, imagined going back to school. I've always even seek admissions to go to school. Even while in Nigeria, I left Nigeria primarily because I wanted to go to school. I will share all of these experiences maybe in other videos on this channel. So another reason is that research confirms that people who have degrees have more opportunities in terms of job. They have more job securities. They have potential to earn more. They have potential to have job satisfaction. People who have a degree. So if you don't have a degree or you are thinking of getting a higher degree, these are advantages that should make you, consider it even more critically. Another point is that getting a degree means you could apply for jobs that you once doesn't qualify for. Okay, let me just share an experience. Sometimes I think maybe in 2009 or 2010, thereabout, I was living in Lagos. My pastor, he received a text message from the area pastor saying that they need somebody who has at least a degree in any subject for an urgent position, an urgent employment. And I was sitting with him, and he told me, he said, Abe, he said, this is the message that just came to my phone now, that I would have just say immediately now, go to so pastor, and get this job if you had a degree. This was like, it was like a blow in the face. I felt not good. I felt bad. I felt like, this is something that I could have easily, this was an opportunity that I could have easily grabbed, and I needed such opportunity at that time in my life. Unfortunately, I didn't qualify because I had no first degree. Okay, so if you are someone that is still aspiring to be able to prepare for that kind of opportunity, when they say, oh, there's a job or there's a vacant position, whether if it could even be in your current place of work. Like I used to work in Nigerian Railway Corporation, and there were always opportunities for people with degree, people with qualification in this or that, to aspire for positions with greater responsibilities and pay. So you might be in that kind of position whereby there's, opportunities to climb the ladder. So this might be one reason or another reason to consider getting a degree. Another point here is the opportunity to make an informed decision about what to study. When you are in your 30s or 40s, trust me, you know many things. You would want to make an informed decision about what to study. My first time of going to higher institution, I went and studied education. When I was going to fill my form, my application, my cousin told me, fill economics mathematics, because I didn't know what to fill. I wasn't sure what I wanted to study. I wasn't sure who I wanted to become. I was when I was first going to go to college, I was about 20 or 21 years old. And making this decision, I had no clue what to study. My parents aren't so much educated, and so I couldn't really discuss with them, and I have no siblings around at that time who could help me make that decision. Okay, and I didn't know what to study. And so a distance cousin suggested we should do economics mathematics. And I filled that on my form. It was not that decision was made not based on informed decision. I didn't know what I was doing. So people who will be making decisions to go to college or university in their 30s and 40s, they already have a clear picture of what they want to study. So that's a great advantage. In fact, when I went back to school in India, majority, like 90% of my classmates or the school or students in my university had no clue why they were studying what they were studying. Majority of them in India were making those decisions because their fathers or there's somebody in their family think that's what was best for them, and majority of them don't like it. So people who will be making such decisions at their 30s and 40s will have a clear picture of what they can do or what they can achieve with that certificate and why they are doing that course. That was my experience, at least. So the next point here is for us, many of us who are Africans and mainly Nigerians, you've heard the word JAPA. That is, it means immigration. So if you're thinking of traveling from wherever you are currently, you're thinking of relocating, I think education route is the best. It is the best in the sense that you take a look at those countries, developed countries you are trying to relocate to. They are also into business. Okay, immigration is business. So if you want to approach it from that angle, the country will see you as somebody that is bringing value. First of all, you are going to be paying school fees. So that is one value. Another value is that you would be contributing to the knowledge bank of that country when you come to study. You make their classroom, multicultural, and that is value. And so that is why it is easier for people applying for study visa compared to any other visa. When I went to India to study, if I had applied for any other visa, I may have been turned down. But because I had a university admission and I had paid my school fees. So which means I was serious about going to school. And so I went and applied for my visa. I thought I was even coming back for interview. And by the time they said I should come in a week, by the time I went there, they gave me my passport and the visa had already been stamped on it. So if you are thinking of going to school, or if you are on this video and you have been thinking, at this my age, should I consider going back to school? Is it going to be worth it? From a personal point of view, I think even though the decision is 100% yours, but based on my personal experience, I think it is worth it. I feel like a better person. I feel more prepared to handle the rest of my life than when I did not have a degree, even though I was still intelligent at my level. Okay, but right now I did not only have a degree, first degree, I have a second degree. I currently have an offer for a PhD. This is something that I was not even conceivable a few years ago. So there are so many opportunities up there that you would not get if you did not have a degree. Even though I'm not advocating for somebody who did not have a degree that everybody should get a degree. No, there are people who do not need a degree. There are people who do not need to go back to a conventional university or conventional college to be able to do well and reach the best of their ability or potential. But there are those who need it. And so if you feel strongly that you are one of those people who need a degree to progress in life, please do it. It is important. It's about, if like I did mine, I did it for myself. I did it for my esteem. I did it for me to be able to, I wasn't satisfied where I was. Even though I was in the government sector, I was working in Nigerian Railway before I left Nigeria, but I wasn't satisfied. I felt like I could aspire more. There was a peg on my level. They say if you don't have a degree, you cannot aspire more than level 14 in the civil service, especially in railway. Okay, I don't know of other sectors. Yet I saw people whom I'm probably better than, I may be better than them, even at that level without a degree. But because I didn't have a degree, it's a barrier. And I don't want that kind of barrier. And another thing, which I discussed with my wife sometimes ago, was that if we look at 10, 15 years of our lives, where will we be? Do we need a degree to be able to get to that level where we want to be? So if you are that person and you think you would need a degree, you probably need a degree to be able to get to that point of your life where you would like to be, and then you probably need to get a degree. Anyway, thank you very much. I don't want this video to be too long. I would be making more videos sharing some of my experiences of going to school or going back to school at 30 something or 40, so if this is something you would love to learn, I will also be sharing how to get admission abroad, or some of my experiences living abroad as a Nigerian. I would ask that you please subscribe and help me share to some people who needs this kind of video, who needs to watch this for personal motivation or encouragement. Don't give up. It is never too late. All right. Thank you.